So when we talk about humanity, justice, and all other aspects that comes with that, we have to talk about the psychological paradox at the heart of every movement for justice as well, right?
Sure.
So the very people who bear the greatest cost of exclusion are also the ones burdened with the intellectual, emotional, and organizational labor of designing the alternative, as per my
Sure.
understanding. So that asymmetry is not accidental. I don't think so. I think it is a structural feature of power. So the question we must ask is why society has normalized it. So, if a real change requires movements, volunteers, lawmakers, people like you, and viral pressure, what does it say about our society that the people most affected by injustice are still the ones expected to organize the solution?
So that's a great question. And I've actually heard that question quite a bit. The way I answer it in two parts. I'll first start by saying, I don't want to give anyone, any leader, any powerful person, any person, the majority in any place, off ramp to responsibility. But what I do like to say, and it's more philosophical, is that we are responsible, but not guilty. I do think that a lot of the systems or lack thereof is something that's inherited. I do think that there are some systems that are deliberately designed to oppress people. And we see that in a variety of type of castes around the globe. That's it. I think humans, as far as we know, have existed for about 200,000 years. And we've only been this organized, I would say, for the past 500. But then I would say in the past 100, as a mechanical engineer, as a process engineer, we've only been engineering society to deliberately include people because it makes economic sense for maybe the past 100 years. So that's only 2 generations. My grandfather, my great-grandfather was born, we have the same name. He was born in 1900. I was born in 1981. We're not even 100 years apart. So 100 years out of the past 200,000 years, we're doing great as long as we don't blow ourselves up. That's it. We have more work to do. And I think that's why a replacement of the old economic and political systems is necessary. I think the old language that we're using around communism, socialism, capitalism, fascism, et cetera, they're inadequate for what we can produce today, mainly because we can see so many of us in ways that we haven't, down to the micro identities that we possess. And the other thing is that we figured out how to sustain life for a really long time, 80 plus years. When people move to cities, they become a supply chain. And so I think if we stay on this trend of trying to leverage our technology and the statistical probability that we will be here tomorrow, then I think that we have a good chance of becoming better at deliberately including people in what we would have previously called the normal society. The problem is our grandparents are still around, and they don't get why we need to do any of this because they remember how it used to work. So I would say morally, we should all be listening to the kids because the kids know more than us. And they usually come out a little bit more morally sound than us. We just usually get busy with the politics of life. And then we forget how easy it was to love everybody as a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old. So, we got work to do, but I mean, we're doing a lot better than my grandparents or great grandparents who went to World War I and World War II.